Forgive yourself for changing. Forgive yourself for being a different person than you were a year ago, or 3 months ago, or even a week ago. Forgive yourself for wanting different things, and for maybe stepping away from the goals or the dreams or the people you fought to manifest in your life. Sometimes it's extremely difficult to see change, to see that difference within your own soul and your own desires as a good thing. But it is a good thing. It's the best thing because it means that you're learning. It means you're asking questions. It means you're not settling in your life. It means that you're not just taking a backseat to the way you crash your heart into this world. It means that you are asking more from yourself. It means that you're genuinely trying your best to figure out what deserves to stay in your life, instead of just keeping things within it because they are there. Forgive yourself for changing, and more importantly, be the person who changes. Because when you are the person who changes, it means you are the person who is growing. Instead of vilifying yourself for that, instead of feeling like you are falling away from yourself, use this transformation as a reminder that you are actually falling into yourself, that you are actually chasing the kind of life that is going to be the best reflection of the season you are in. And do not fear that change. Do not get so comfortable in your life that you aren't moving at all, that you aren't taking the chances or asking questions about how the things within it are truly, deeply making you feel. Wish for a change. It doesn't mean that you're lost. It means that you're finding yourself. I really needed to hear that. I really love that. Forgive yourself for giving your heart to those who cannot love it or value it. Forgive yourself for falling for the wrong people because they weren't the wrong people. You were meant to meet them. You were meant to fall for them. You were meant to experience them and learn from the lessons. You do not have to regret the way you put your heart into the world. You do not have to vilify yourself for feeling and for caring and for hoping that something beautiful you filled with another human being would turn into something real and tangible and pointed. When you're mending your heart, it can be difficult to see that. When you're mending your heart, it can be difficult to come to terms with the fact that at times you may not have fought for what it deserved. Maybe you stay longer than you knew you should. Maybe you wish you would have seen the signs earlier, that you could have walked away before the damage was done, before the lesson was learned in a really hard and haunted way. At the end of the day, when you care deeply, when you're empathetic, when you believe in love and the beauty of another human being so deeply, sometimes you can convince yourself to fight wars for someone who isn't fighting for you. Sometimes you can convince yourself to keep trying or to not give up, but that isn't something to be ashamed of. You tried for something, you risked, and even though it did not work out, you in turn learn how to set boundaries, how to go forward with your heart and protect it, not in a way that is guarded and hardened to the world, but rather in a way that is informed, that helps for it to be preserved and nurtured, that doesn't let it settle for things that aren't for it. Now you know what you do not want. Now you know what you do not want to feel. Now you know the kinds of things you crave, that respect you deserve, and you won't settle for the opposite any longer. Forgive yourself for how you got to that understanding. My heart. Oh. Forgive yourself for taking your love back. Forgive yourself for outgrowing certain people in your life. Forgive yourself for all those moments you had to protect your energy. For all those moments you had to make the hard decision to choose yourself, because by staying and trying to fight harder and give more and be more and fix and save, you were only ever depleting yourself to the point of exhaustion. Forgive yourself for all the times you tore up pieces of your own heart in order to mend another human being, hoping that it will heal them and nourish them and make them better or happier. Forgive yourself for wanting to save the people you loved. Understand that sometimes, in order to do that, you have to walk away, because you cannot fix the people you love. You cannot heal them. They have to do that on their own. And if someone isn't showing up for that healing, if they are content with having you hold them together, then that will only ever ruin you. Walking away to refuel yourself, giving your heart a break, allowing for it to be yours and yours only, allowing for the love you so compassionately pour into another human being to be poured back into yourself. That is something you need to forgive yourself for. Because not only were you choosing to nurture yourself, but you were also helping this person in a way you may not fully comprehend. Sometimes the most formative way to love another human being is to love them from a distance, is to lay down your hope and your fight, is to know when to wave the white flag and challenge them to show up for themselves. You were not put into this world to fix people who do not want to be fixed. It is okay to walk away from relationships that require you to do so. Forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for the way you treated yourself in the past, for the way you talked to your body, for the way you vilified the way your mind worked when you were dealing with anxiety or overthinking or depression or anything that was haunting it. Forgive yourself for the way you settled for less than what you wanted or desired or knew you needed, because you didn't think you deserved it, because you convinced yourself somewhere along the lines that you were not worthy of beauty in your life, that you were not worthy of happiness or goodness or having the things you wanted to come to fruition. Forgive yourself for the way you held yourself back because you didn't believe in your own potential, because you didn't believe in your own capacity to take up space. Forgive yourself for all of the things you didn't say or didn't wear or didn't do because you were afraid of how it will make you look, because you were afraid of what others might think of you. Forgive yourself for the way you didn't show up for yourself, for the ways in which you held yourself back, for the ways in which you didn't see just how worthy you were, for the ways in which you made yourself smaller. Forgive yourself for the things you had to do in order to survive, for the ways in which you had to fight through the pain of navigating all that was heavy and messy and confusing along your journey. Do not vilify yourself for the ways in which you had to calm through your sadness, for the ways in which you had to learn how to quiet your mind and protect yourself from all that was trying to bury you. Forgive yourself for what you had to do in order to heal. Forgive yourself for the ways in which you fought. Forgive yourself for the ways in which you saved yourself. Forgive yourself for doing whatever you had to do to ensure that you made it to see another day. It is okay if you hid from the world. It is okay if you weren't as productive as you needed to be. It is okay if you let your relationship slip, or if you let yourself slip. It is okay if you felt depressed or sad or anxious as you met your healing. It is okay. However you fought your battles, whatever got you here today is valid. You had to do what you had to do. Congratulate yourself on having the courage to do it. Even if it was not graceful, even if it could have been executed in a kinder way or a more tender way, even if you see now that you could have done things differently, it is okay. Be gentle with yourself. You are learning. You are still here. The end. I hope these words from the book, A Gentle Reminder, brought you a little tenderness to your day, a little softness for your day. Remember to be gentle and kind to yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.